Hello, everyone. Welcome to AI Native Workplace Summit 2025. My name is Seena Khan, and I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and as well as an MVP, currently working with Sulava. Today, my topic is transforming AI collaboration, multi-agent systems in Copilot Studio. So today, I'm going to demonstrate how we are going to configure multiple agents in Copilot Studio in a single solution, and also how to configure a Dataverse MVC MCP server, as well as how can we add Azure AI search. So let's, I'm just giving you a little bit explanation about multi-agent system, Dataverse MCP server, and as well as Azure AI search, how can we configure. So after that, we are directly dive into the demonstration. So multi-agent system, which is in a Copilot Studio, which enables multiple AI agents to collaborate autonomously within a single solution. And each agent can specialize in different tasks, such as HR, IT, or CRM, and communicate through generative orchestrations. So here in this demonstration, I have configuring two agents. One is production agent and another one is procurement bot. So I will show you that. So this modular design enhances scalability, design decision making, and integration across Microsoft 365 and Azure services. Now moving to MCP server, Dataverse MCP server. So this is a latest update from Microsoft. Dataverse serves as the secure scalable data backbone for Microsoft Power Platform, as you know. The MCP server governs data access, schema enforcement, and environment level operations. So by using this Dataverse MCP server, we can list the table data, we can create, we can update without giving any kind of forms or any kind of topics. So it ensures that production grade apps and agents can reliably store, retrieve, and manage structured data like production orders or learner profiles or etc. Now moving to Azure AI search. Azure AI search, most of you knows about, okay, we are using it for searching the contents which we are storing somewhere like storage accounts or SharePoint or any other storage locations. So Azure AI Search allows Copilot Studio agents to retrieve relevant information from large data sets, documents, or knowledge bases using semantic understanding. So by integrating it, agents can answer complex queries, summarize content, and surface insights from enterprise data, enhancing responsiveness and contextual intelligence in real-time conversations. So let's move into directly to the demonstration. Let me share my screen there. So here, I have already configured it because it is taking too much time to configure. So I have already configured, and I will show you how I have done all this. Let me know my screen is up.
There we go. We can see that now.
Okay. So this is my environment, Copilot Studio environment. Here, I'm having production agent and procurement bot. So these are the two agents I have created and which is connected each other. So firstly, go into the production agent. So how I have configured it. When you are going to configure a new agent, how it has to go. Firstly, go into the Copilot Studio, and here you can see, you can select plus create, or you can go into the agents and you can select this plus new agent option. Then here, if you want to describe your agent, you can describe over here according to that Copilot will give. So you have to provide the prompts accordingly. So then Copilot will create automatically for that. Otherwise, you just select configure tab, and here you have to enter manually everything. The name of the agent, description, then the instructions, and here the knowledge. So name of the agent, normally in what name you want to provide your agent, you can provide that. Then the description. So this agent is for what? Okay, what this agent is going to do, all this. And then instructions, how this agent going to work. Okay, so there you can add, okay, what are the different data sources it is going to access and what are the activities it's going to do. And if you want to add responsible AI, you can add over here. So these all are instructions box. And coming into the knowledge, so knowledge is like, okay, so if you are going to give some external website knowledge or to your agents or your SharePoint sites, you can provide as a knowledge over here. So for example, like when you are click on add knowledge, so it will give you some options. So if your data residing in SharePoint or any other public websites or in Dataverse tables or in Dynamics 365, you can select accordingly. So if I am selecting SharePoint, so here you have to provide the URL directly, or else, okay, browse items. And from the browse items, okay, which site it has to show, or which site you have to go with. So for example, Founderswap is my site. And here the available, okay, list or the data, okay, whatever it is having, so it will show that. So you can provide accordingly, or else directly your SharePoint site link you can provide over here. This is the way. Then after complete adding the knowledge, you can select create button. So then it will create. Now back to the agent again. Okay. So here production agent is our first agent. I have given the name as production agent, and now the description. Okay, so this is the description. Production agent is a conversational agent designed to streamline the creation of production orders within the supply chain. So these, whatever the description you are going to provide your agent, you can provide that in the description box. And the generative AI also enabled, and it is taking GPT-4 model. And here it is, instructions I have given. So instructions, so please collect the following details from the user to create a new production order. So these are the details, and once all information gathered, so it has to be updated in a table named production orders and Dataverse. Okay, so these two bots, which I have configured on the two tables in my Dataverse. So here it is. One is production orders table. This is, and another one is material request table. Okay, so two tables I'm using for this solution. So here you can see over here, I have added a knowledge production orders. Okay, so this is a Dataverse table. And one more you can see production agent Azure AI search. This one I will explain in the last. Okay, how I have configured Azure AI search knowledge over here. So firstly, we'll go for this add knowledge. So same in the way, you can select from here as well. After configuring your agent, you can select the knowledge from here. So here just to select Dataverse, and then it will list out all the tables available. Okay, so from that list, you can select any of the table which you require to attach with this agent. So this is the one I have done. Now, my agent is now ready, but with this agent, I need to update data. That means an order inquiry to my production table, production orders table. So how I am going to do that? So here you can come into the topics for that. So here you can see several topics. Okay, so whenever this agent will triggered, or whenever this agent will going to start. Okay, so the first message you can see over here, hello, I am production agent, the test your agent pane. Okay, a virtual assistant, just so you are aware, I am sometimes use AI. So here, this one also you can edit. So how you can edit this? Here, conversation start. This is the topic. So some default topics available there, and also you can customize your own topic. You can create your own topic. So this is the same message you can see over here. So in what way this message, conversation start message, you want to show to the users, you can edit accordingly here. Now back to topics. So I have custom 5 topics and the system, that is the default topics 9. So now among all this, so this is the topic I have created, orders entry, and this topic is for submitting an order to the table. So here, how this topic will get triggered? So you can see over here, place an order. This tool can handle queries like place an order, start a new order, order entry, create an order, or I want to buy something. So this kind of queries, if a user provide in the prompt. So for example, place an order. I have given. Then, yeah. So now it is. Please provide. To create a production, I will need the following details: product name, quantity, location, order by. So here, okay, I need to provide that. So how I have to provide that? Here in the topics, orders entry. You can see. So when a user submit a query like this, a question has to appear. Do you want to submit a new order entry? So if yes, then the condition has given. So how it has added? So firstly, when you add a topic, this particular trigger will generate automatically. From blank, when you are going to add a topic from blank or add from description with Copilot, you can select. Okay. So then a topic will generate with a trigger. Then if you want to add another node, you can add by clicking on this plus. Okay. And by clicking on this plus, so here these are the several options as a node you can add. So send a message, ask a question, ask with adaptive card, condition, variable management, add a tool. Add a tool is like, okay, Power Automate flow. If you want to attach with this topic, you can do that too. Then here for advanced, okay, so here it is HTTP request or an activity you want to send or generative answers you want. Okay, so these are for that. Now here I have added a note. Do you want to submit a new order entry? So here yes or no. Okay, if yes. So these two values will be, say, Boolean value will be stored in this variable. Okay, so this variable will automatically generate, okay, when you are going to add a question. So here you can add, do you want to submit a new order entry as a question? And 2 options. Now coming into then the condition, and this condition also will automatically generate it. So first is equal to yes, then what is going to happen? An adaptive card I have configured. Okay, so before that, move to no condition. No condition if you are not submitting any entry. So here, please feel free to ask questions on purchase orders. Thank you. Okay. Now in the S condition, adaptive card provider, how we can add an adaptive card? Again, in the add node, ask with adaptive card. Just click on this and you just click on this. After adding that, okay, so this format should not be there. Then you have to go into 3 dots or this ellipse and properties select. And here you can see edit adaptive card option. Just click on that. So you will redirect to adaptive card designer. And here you can see this is a JSON script which I have added. Okay, so here, according to the JSON script, here the preview also you can see your form preview. And once you are ready with this, okay, you can manipulate according to your own choices. Okay, you can do whatever. Okay, so if you want to add more fields, you can add according to your database table structure. You can add all these columns. Okay, so here I have order ID, product name, quantity, location, and status, then order by. Okay, so these all are the fields I am having in this form. Okay, so now after completing with this, you can save this and close. Okay, so here the preview also you can see. Now, once you done with this, okay, so automatically it will come some output variables. Okay, so these variables we are going to use externally for on this environment. That means outside the Copilot Studio environment, that is in the Power Automate flow. So for that, all the variables should be global. So here you can see, so whatever the fields you have configured here, so all becomes variables. And these variables should be global, the output variables. Okay, so this how you can make it as variable, it as global. So just select this arrow mark and here, so now it is showing. So here just select here and you can see this global option. Okay, just click on that. Okay, so this variable will become global and continue for all the variables available here, and then save your topic. Now going to add node because we are moving to the Power Automate flow now. So here it is, add a tool, then new agent flow. Okay, so if you're going for new agent flow, yeah, you can see when an agent calls the flow, what is going to happen. And then in between these two, respond to the agent. In between these two actions, whatever the configurations you want to do, you can do over here and then publish. So once you have published this, it will ask, okay, whether you have to stay over here or you are moving back to agents, Copilot Studio. So then if you click on moving back to Copilot Studio, so it will go back there. Okay, so after configuring that, here I will show you how I have done that. View flow details. Here it is. When an agent calls the flow, here you have seen all these input parameters: order ID, product name, quantity, location, status, and ordered by. Okay, so all that forms fields I created as input variables, and then add a new row into the Dataverse table. So this is how you can go for that. Just click on add an action, and here you just search for Dataverse. So it will list out add new row or like, okay, so see more, add a new row, you can see. So this option. So in this way, you have to add here and then select the table name and the parameters. So how many parameters there? Location, ordered by, order ID, product name, then quantity. Status, okay, always I'm keeping status pending by default. So now here, how I have done this. So when you are location, when you are giving this, just click on this trigger option, and from here, okay, so the input parameters which you have given on the first action, which you have to select. Okay, so location you can see over here. So this way you have to add for other parameters also with the input parameters which you have given in the first action. So now, so this is completely done. So whatever through that form user entering the data, it will update on this production orders. Okay. After configuring the Power Automate flow, back to the action. So here you have to add all the related variables for all the Power Automate inputs. Okay. So here, just to select the three dots over here, and from here you can select accordingly. So you can see order ID, order by, product name, quantity, status, all available here. So you just to click on it, it will add automatically. So after completing this, save it again and then add a message. So you have successfully submitted the new order details. So this way it will go. This is the way how we can configure the customized topic. Any questions over here? Okay. Now moving to procurement bot. This is another agent I have created. So here is the description provided. So this agent monitors production orders table, as well as there is another table, material request table. Okay, and this bot will show or list the details of material request table. And here it is connected with the two tables, production orders and material request. You can have multiple tables also in a bot. And you can see, and one more tool I have added, Dataverse MCP server. So how we can add a Dataverse MCP server? By clicking on add tool. And here you can see the featured one, then the connector, flow, and then model context protocol. So this is the MCP. So available MCP servers here, it will list. And from here, which one you want, you can select accordingly. So here, if you want Dataverse MCP server, so we can. So what is the purpose of this Dataverse MCP server? So it will list the data. Okay, and if you want to update the data, if you want to create the data, so for all that purposes, we are using Dataverse MCP server without any form or anything. Now, how this procurement bot will trigger? Okay, so when a row is added or modified, so how we can add this trigger? So here in this, you can see there are different triggers available. So when an item is created, that means in a SharePoint list, an item is created, then this bot has to triggered. So and the one, so there are so many triggers you can see. So among this, which one is what our needed or our requirement? Based on that, we have to select. So when a row is added, modified, or deleted. So when we are selecting this, click on next. So it will ask for which table. Okay, it has to, the row has to add. So when a row is added, so here the connection, it will check Copilot Studio connection and the Dataverse connection, then click on next. So over here it is change type, okay, add or modify, then select an item from the table name. So here you can select, okay, which table name you want to, then scope. Okay, scope actually, if you are like add a custom item, you can add a custom item, no issues. That's it for that. Okay, so here when a row is added, so this is also an automate flow only. Okay, but here we are not going to create any flow. By default, when we are adding a trigger, a flow will create. Now, so these are the configurations I have done in procurement bot. Any questions over here? Now coming into the topics. There is a material request. So this topic is for like, okay, this tool can handle queries like request materials or order supplies or material request form, need more materials or submit materials. So any kind of these queries, if user is provided, accordingly, this procurement bot will trigger, or this particular topic will trigger. Okay, after completing this, how I have added this procurement bot under production agent. So here on the top, you can see there is an option called agents. So here in this agent section, add an agent option. Just click on this add an agent option. And it will ask for from which environment. Connect an existing, or you are going to create an agent, a lightweight agent you can create at this time, and you can just add over here as well. Or an agent you have already available in your Copilot Studio, you can add that too. Or else in your Microsoft Fabric, an agent is available, you can add that too. So here in Copilot Studio, if you are selecting, all the available agent will show. Okay, so procurement bot we have already added, so it won't show over here. So that's why, so which agent you want to add in your production agent, so that agent you can select and just click on it. That's it. So this is the way we can have multi-agent system in your Copilot Studio. So only the thing is, you should have to make sure or both the agents or how many agents you are adding there should be available in a single solution. So you should have to create a solution for that and then add. Okay, so here, this is the way you can create a solution in Copilot Studio. Just click on this. Okay, and here it is, solutions. Okay, you can see here multiple unmanaged solutions available and managed solutions also here. So if you are exporting your solution into a production environment, then you can choose as managed. Okay, so it won't allow other users to edit your solutions or edit your applications. So you can select managed. Unmanaged, if you are like, okay, if you are migrating your application or exporting to your development environment or testing environment you want, okay, so then you can prefer unmanaged. So there you can like if you want to edit, okay, other users also can edit there and update your application. So these are the two different types of solutions you can have in Copilot Studio environment. And if you are already having some solutions, you want to import that, okay, solution in your environment, you can select this import solution. And from over here, browse. And from here, okay, it should be in a zip package format. Then only this will take. So here, any kind of zip package you can add over here. And then, so for example, if I am adding just this, okay, so here it will ask for next. It will check, okay, whether this is a, I have just showing an example only. So this file is a different one. Okay, so and from here, enable the settings, and if it's like okay a kind of SharePoint backend or Dataverse backend solution, so it will give you some kind of like okay the environment variables you need to configure and provide. It will give you some like prompt to enter the value of that environment variables, where you have to provide the Dataverse table names or Dataverse sorry, not table names, sorry, not Dataverse, SharePoint list. Okay, so then there is, you can configure which columns is attached to which. Okay, so in that way it will go. Now, new solution, you can create new solution by clicking on new solution. So display the name, and here the name of the solution will generate. Then the publisher, okay, you can select different publisher, or you can create a new publisher also for that, and the version also available here. And more options, okay, this is nothing to do. So when you are creating a solution, so by default it will create as a unmanaged solution only. Then after that, click on create, so it will create. This is the way creating a solution. So once you have created the solution, you need to add that in okay, so open that, and whatever the board you are creating or agents you are creating, or whatever the tables you are creating or Power Automate flows you are creating, everything should be available in the same solution. Then only it will work when you are exporting it to another environment. I hope this is clear for you. So after completing everything, you can publish your bot by clicking on this publish button. Now, if you want to make sure your bots available on M365, or you want to show your agents on Teams, okay, wherever you want to, so you can select the channels over here. So there is a channels tab. And from here, a demo website option is there, or Microsoft channels, or SharePoint, or other channels you can see. Okay, so wherever you want to show your agent, you can go accordingly. So if I'm going to select Microsoft channels, so Teams and M365 Copilot. So here it is, production agent, make agent available in M365 Copilot. So this agent will be deployed in this. So here add channel, just provide add channel. So here it is going to turning on Teams and M365 also. So here it is. Okay, so if you want to see agent in M365, you can select this, or see agent in Teams, you can select this. Okay, so in which way you want to, like where your end users using this bot, you can do accordingly the deployment. Okay. Now, how I have configured. So in here in production agent, you can see here, I have configured another knowledge, production agent Azure AI search. So how I have configured this is also very easy to configure in Copilot Studio. Just select the knowledge, and then so why we are using Azure AI search, for example, like okay, you have big data available in your Azure storage container or in Azure, okay, then you want to, by using this Copilot Studio agent, you want to access that particular data. Okay, you want to list out some data from that. So then you can use Azure AI search for that. So here, firstly, you go to Azure portal, and then you need to create an AI search resource. So this is my resource I have created. So how I have created it, just select AI search from the recent, or else, okay, so you can search from here, AI search, and then select it. And from here, okay, just create an Azure search service. And here, resource group and your service name you can provide, and then the location. So normally I'm selecting East US. Okay, so whatever your preferred location, you can select accordingly. And then, okay, if you want like scale, okay, we don't need to do anything on over here. And this is for like, according to the requirement, you can select, okay, public or private. So I have selected this for public, and then review plus create. Once the validation completed, it will create. Okay, so this is the service AI search invoice. And yeah. So after creating this, so one resource we have created, we need here 3 resources. So one is Azure AI search resource. Second one is, okay, once you have created this, just go over here, then Azure OpenAI. Azure OpenAI resource, we need another one. Okay, so for that, just to select Azure OpenAI, or you can search from here, Azure OpenAI. And from here, plus create. Then the resource group and all, you have to select the pricing tier, okay, name, whatever the name you can provide. Then here, the resource group. And here it is. I have given this all networks, including the internet, can access this resource. Okay, this is according to, again, your requirement. You can select, then click on next, and completing the validation, you can select create. So once it's created, your OpenAI Copilot search, or this is the name I have provided. So OpenAI resource will be available here. Okay. So once the resource is available, you just go to Azure AI Foundry portal. So once you are clicking on go to Azure AI Foundry portal, you will be redirected to here. Okay. And from here, you can create a model or deploying a model. So this is, I have deployed a model, text embedding 3 large. Here, okay, how I have deployed. So here it is. Just search text. Okay, so this is the one. Here it is. And here you can see some descriptions related to this model and confirm. Then here it is. If you want to customize the deployment details, you can edit it like by clicking on the customize here. Okay. And the tokens per minute. Okay, normally for this I have done for 10K. So according to your requirement, you want to like, okay, you can provide accordingly. Then click on deploy. So it will get deployed. So our 3 resources now ready. Okay, so one is Azure AI search resource. Second one, Azure OpenAI resource. And the third one is a model deployment. Okay, so these 3 resources are ready. Now, what is going to do is go to Azure AI search resource here. Then you can see over here, import data new or import data. This is along with the vector index. Okay, import data new, just click on that. And from here, where your data is stored. Okay, so these are the different data sources. So I have my data available. I will show you that once more. Like, okay, in the storage account, I have a storage account, and here this is Python store, and here I'm having a container. And that container is having a data. Okay, I have uploaded an Excel file which is having customer details. Okay, that means invoice details. So one Excel file only I have uploaded there. Second, yeah, here it is. Python container. Here it is. Contour copy invoices. Okay. And this file is having some invoices related to some customers. Now, the resources are ready. Now back to again Azure AI search resource. Import data new. And here need to select Azure Blob Storage. So there where we have residing or stored our data. So here it is RAG we have to select, and from here we are vectorizing the data. So storage account, with storage account, Python store, then blob container, okay, Python container, and blob folder you don't need to do anything. Okay, so other settings you don't need to do anything, just go next. Here vectorizing your text. Okay, so kind Azure OpenAI subscription and Azure OpenAI service. Just select, okay, which is your Azure OpenAI service. So this is, and select a model deployment. Okay, so this is our model text embedding 3 large. Okay, then authentication type API key, and then I acknowledge. Okay, after completing this part, just select. Here you don't need to do anything. Vectorize your images or enrich your data with AI skills. Okay, you don't need to do anything over here. Then coming over to next, and
So,
always
giving you a heads up, there's 5 minutes left.
yeah, okay. Thank you. So now next is advanced setting. The advanced setting, schedule indexing. So select once and then click on next, and from here just to review everything fine, and then go to select create. So once it's successfully created, you can go check on indexers, okay, under the search management section. And here it is. Okay, so the indexer is selected, and here the status is success. Okay, once the status is success, you can do now go back to your Copilot Studio. Now our AI search service is ready. Okay, we can connect. Now go to the Copilot Studio, and your agent you can select, and from here add knowledge. And from here you can directly select Azure AI search. Okay, I have selected Azure. So already the search, which is the connection is already there. So if you want to create the new connection, just click on create new connection and access key. So from where we can get the access key, I will show that. So here the Azure AI search endpoint URL, you need to copy and paste. So from here it is Azure AI search resource. Okay, so this is, and in the overview here, this is the URL. Okay, here you can provide the URL, and then the key, you can go down under the settings. Here the keys, and this primary admin key you just copy and paste over here. Okay, and then it will create. So once it will create, it will show the available indexes there in that search service. So you can select any of the index and then click on add to agent. So it will be configured with the agent. So that's it for this testing. So now here I want to list out like, okay, some customer data. So we can check customer A, invoice details. So here, display customer details, customer A, invoice details. So this is the activity map, how the prompt, the activities going through this. So here you can see search resources, production agent, Azure AI search, and production orders. To knowledge the sources is there. So here you can see that. Customer A details I have received, and here the reference Contessa Corp invoices, which I have shared where in the storage account. So that's it for today's demonstration. So today we have seen how we have created agents and how we have to connect agents, and how can we configure Dataverse MCP server as well as Azure AI search. Any questions?